guys, this is Kelly. I am back with another process video. This layout is for Felicity Jane. I am their guest designer for the month of July, and I am working with their beautiful Kate kit. If you have not checked it out, go check it out. I do believe there's a few that are still available. It is filled with gorgeous pinks and corals and that beautiful floral, which is my absolute favorite, and that probably comes as no surprise to those that have followed me for a while. So when I went through the kit, I always like to see what is in the kit and go through the papers and the embellishments and see if the kit inspires me to create a certain page, or if I just want to find photos that I've been wanting to scrapbook. And this was like a win-win. I have this purse that I have been wanting to make a layout of. I've never made a layout about a purse, but yep, this will be my first. And it was partially inspired by the colors and by the die cut that you see of the girl holding the little purse. That is Kate. And I just thought she was adorable with her little flip-flops and her sunglasses on and her messy bun. I don't have a messy bun, but I do have messy hair, so that just kind of falls in line with that. And this Project Life card was perfect, finding joy in everyday things. And if you've followed me for a while, you know that I am trying to get some of these stories down, whether it be of your everyday life or stories of growing up or things that happen as a child. These are all different stories that I think are important to document. It's not just the birthdays, it's not just Christmas, it's not just, the holidays. These are the things that make up our lives and that I want at least to be in my albums. And for the longest time, I did not address these things. And like some of my favorite layouts of my kids are looking back at some of the toys that they played with and how much they loved them. Or, looking back at a favorite outfit I had growing up. It's just, those are the things that make us us. And so I'm really trying, and I've really found that this kit was just so good. And it just fit fit what I wanted to do perfectly. Okay, so if you know, or if you don't know anything about a Kate Spade bag, it's a little pricey, and well, actually a lot pricey, and let's just say that I don't have a lot of these purses. It is definitely a treat. Kate Spade herself has a lot of basic neutral colors, just like Felicity Jane, and she also will do black and white, again, just like Felicity Jane. So this kit truly was made for this. And this bag, while you can't see it in the photo because of the way the light is hitting it, the name is written in gold, and it has some little gold details. So, the gold letters, the gold polka dots, it just all seemed to work well with what I wanted to have on this page. So you're going to see me fussing a little bit with what I put and where, because, I love, number one, I love everything that's in this kit, and I really want to conserve what I'm using. And just like I cut off that thin strip of black and white paper, I really thought about it before I cut it off, because I wanted to make sure that A, I didn't want to use the whole piece of paper, and that B, I made sure I cut, that I wasn't, messing up a pattern on the background. Or it's just, when you have papers like this, and it can be intimidating to use because you don't want to waste any little bit. So in just a minute, I'm going to show you how I'm going to gut just about everything that's on there, so that every beautiful scrap of paper that I can save, I'm going to save, because I will use. So I'm just spacing out the title. I wanted to make sure that I had enough room on that gold dot vellum to put part of the title. That gold dot vellum is a 6x12 sheet, and in the kit comes with, I think it's 5 sheets of vellum. There's like a white and black one with numbers, this gold dot, a black and white pinstripe, which is gorgeous, a pink and white stripe, and one that has, did I say the one with numbers? I'm missing one. Anyway, they're gorgeous, and I like the size. You know, instead of getting a whole 12 by 12 sheet, you know, you just get a little bit of the pattern, and it just, you know, to me, when you get kits like this that are able to get a little bit of a lot of different patterns, it just really makes it feel like you're stretching the kit. Oh, I remember, it's a gorgeous floral vellum, and you will see that showcased on a page soon. Okay, so at this point I went ahead and I put my photo on some craft foam, and I also put some craft foam behind the die cut of Kate, and I'm just looking at my embellishments and trying to figure out exactly where I want which piece to go, and I decide that I want to go ahead and stitch that floral paper, and I just did that off screen, and then this is where I'm gutting one of the large florals, and I just, it's too pretty to waste, and this is, that black and white stripe is the other side of the floral, and again, I am not going to waste any bit of this paper, and so now you're going to see me gut the vellum. So, you know, these are just some ideas if you really want to, you know, stretch some of your favorite papers. I don't do this for all of my papers. I just do it for ones that I absolutely love. Now, I will tell you that I did cut it pretty tight, and you will see that it gives me a little bit of trouble as I'm, you know, trying to stick things down because things are starting to flip up and that. And if I could have adhered it a little bit better, I would have. But I do not regret gutting it. It's just, it was a little bit more difficult to move around because of, you know, the vellum is flimsy and there's a huge chunk of that floral paper missing, and then that pinstripe I also, you know, cut down. But like I said, I don't regret it. It just, you know, if you're going to do it, just know that you may need a little bit more time to work with your layers and, you know, get it moved on a page, and it may just like flop around on you. So just be forewarned. I like you to know when I do things like that, if it was a struggle, and, you know, it was, but again, like I said, it was a struggle that I did not mind. So I felt like that white and black stripe is a horizontal stripe, and there was a little bit too much of the white showing in that black and white horizontal stripe, and you couldn't see as much of the gold vellum. So I just took my scissors and trimmed just a sliver off of it, and you know, it's one of those little details that you don't necessarily think about, but when you can see the difference, it made a huge difference to my eye. So that black and white piece of paper, I used my scallop punch to cut that border, and again, that is like the perfect nod to a Kate Spade bag, and I am just going to adhere that down. You can see how, like, every time I lift it up, the vellum isn't quite adhered. I know that once I adhere everything to the back of the page, or, you know, to the white cardstock, it will be better. So I'm looking through and I'm not sure what I want. I know that I want some other clusters, and I'm not quite sure how I want to do it. So I took some time, turned off the camera, and I fussy cut that large floral because I really knew that I wanted to use that in the corner of that Project Life card. And as I was fussy cutting the florals, I thought that the addition of a doily at the top and the bottom of the page would be a nice little soft touch to add onto the background. I love doilies, and they're just so pretty, and they make such a statement, and I thought that it just added some interest onto the white background without really adding more not texture, but, you know, just more competing patterns. So I am going to finish stamping out part of my title. I am using the stamp set that was designed by Jen. Scout, and it is just her gorgeous handwriting, and I am going to stamp out Purse. I do not show you all of this on camera because you know how to stamp. I am using this little Hampton Arts stamping tool that I got at Michael's just to help me line it up, and I am going to use my VersaFine, and using this tool allows me to re-ink the stamp and stamp it again without having to worry about lining it up. So once I finish stamping out the word, I go ahead and I fussy cut it out. I am very reluctant to stamp anything on the background because I am one of those that is always worried, well, what if I stamp it in the wrong place, or if I don't like it? You know, there are times that I am braver than others, but this was not one of them. So I'm just showing you, I have 6 rulers in my little tool caddy, not including my T-square ruler, so that makes 7. And somebody borrowed my T-square ruler, and I'm like, you know, I had cleaned up my desk, I didn't see it, and out of all of the rulers for them to borrow, they had to borrow my favorite, and it mysteriously showed back up on my desk, so it just wasn't there for when I wanted it. And I know that some of you that have watched me for a while know how much I love my T-square rulers, so I thought you would find that funny. So I am using these little craft foam squares to pop up the floral die cut. I'm not using the craft foam, and it's not because I don't want to, it's because I thought it would be easier to adhere and to cut some of the slivers down on that floral piece. Some of them are a little bit thinner, and I was not in a hurry, but I really wanted to get this layout done so that I could, you know, get it photographed and uploaded and all that. And you know, taking time to glue all of the little pieces of the craft foam is a little bit more time consuming than just using the square dots. So again, I'm just showing you, I got a little frustrated. This is me having to deal with not having a lot of, or having the gutted papers, and you know, the adhesive where you think you put it, it doesn't quite stick. So in the end, everything is stuck down. I go back and I lift up everything just to make sure, and nothing is going to move. It was just, I hate doing that until I know my layout is complete, because when you have to move something, I find that ATG gun is not that forgiving. It can be if you do it right away, but if you've stuck it down with any length of time, I find it harder, and that I end up ripping things. So I went ahead and I used my Scotch tacky glue to glue down the purse die cut that I made. And one of the final things that I am going to do is take some of these word stickers that are exclusive to the kit as well and put them down in my clusters. They say, everyday things make me happy and loving this. So I was looking at this off camera, and I decided to add a little bit of gold mist. So you don't see me add that on camera, but it's just a couple little droplets that you will see in the close-ups. And I also used my sewing machine to stitch down the doilies with some white thread. And again, you can see that in the close-ups. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, thank you to Gina and Felicity Jane for having me as your guest designer this month. I truly loved this kit and had a lot of fun playing with it. So thanks so much. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.